Welcome to a new chapter of me researching the Bible, decoding the Bible, and finding the blueprint for a healthy, happy, and wealthy life. How can we create our personal kingdom? I bet the Bible is telling us, and what I discovered today, you're going to see it is the first and next hint. We are at Genesis 2. Garden of Eden is the chapter. And it is the transition from Genesis 1 to 2 is a kind of bumpy, to be honest, because back in the days there were no chapters and so on. They were edited later. So it starts literally with life in God's garden. And here's where some important things to notice. There are many trees, but two particular. We have the tree of life, and we have the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So we have two operating systems competing with each other. We have the tree of life, what equals flow, trust, presence, being here in this moment. And we have the tree of knowledge of good and evil, what implies a judgment, a duality, a moral authority. And it's not knowledge per se, that you say, I know something. No, it's specifically knowing what is good and bad, knowing what is good and evil, therefore claiming moral authority. I know this is wrong, this is right. And we all know judgment kills life. The moment you judge, you start separating. You start separating in good, bad, safe, dangerous, worthy, unworthy. And you're not even separating other people, you start separating your own personal life. That lens creates separation inside of you and between humans. Very interesting point. And very interesting that is thousands of years already written here in the Bible. Still, both trees are inside of us and we choose daily. We have still both trees inside of us. Think about that. Social media, for example, best example. We got presented every day somebody else's life, and what do? We judge. Oh, this is fucking bullshit, swipe it away. Oh my God, this is annoying. Let me comment. Let me judge it. Is this annoying? Is it good? And so on. So social media, not really accordingly to go with the tree of life. And it says here, then Adam was created out of dust. And then he molded Adam out of dust, almost like you would mold something out of clay. You form something out of clay and create a man. And then while he was sleeping, he took from, as the translation says, from his rib and created Eve. That's wrong. I looked into the original word, Zela, in Hebrew. And again, my Jewish friends, forgive my mispronunciation, you can do it better. But same if you would try to say something in German, you would fail as well. So not getting lost in wrong pronunciations. What it means is side. And it can be the side of the building or the side of the person. So he would technically taken out of the side, and this is just meaningful. It means Eve was created not from his head to rule him, not from his feet to be submissive. It was created from his side, means equally. So especially when some Catholic Bible priests doubting the state of a woman, no, the woman was created equally from the side of Adam. And Genesis 2:22 said, God built her, not created her. That's interesting. So what is bana? To build, to construct, to establish. So Adam was formed more like a pattern of clay, and what equals a man of raw power from earth. And the woman was built out of that, means designed further, developed from Adam. So that's very interesting. Like if you look at the man like raw power from nature, and the woman is like the design perfection out of the man. I think it's a very nice thing to see. I looked into the rivers that are named in Genesis, didn't find anything. I mean, Tigris or Euphrates are real rivers. The other two, I couldn't find any historical proof. But again, Genesis is not about being a science. Like, hey, that is how the world was created. Obviously, we all know there were not two humans where it started. It was Homo sapiens and whatever. It's more about coding. And I personally think there's a code inside, and I will prove you what I found. And I think they hid it for a reason. Because if they would tell you, listen, this is the blueprint to get rich, to get wealthy, to get happy, you know what would have happened? The church would have took it out, forbid it. The emperors, the kings, and all others would have burned this book because they want to control people. They don't want you to be powerful. They don't want you to build your own kingdom. They want you to be a servant and serve them, and all this fucking bullshit what is the church teaching us. I look at this from a different perspective and I come up with a total different story. And we have it right in front of our nose. Everybody had at least one time in his life a Bible in his hand. Everybody heard about the Bible, but it takes a lot of effort to decode it. And that's why I'm here. I'm doing it for you guys, so you don't have to do it. Some small things to mention before we're coming to the real breakthrough. The land had gold, bdellium, and onyx stone. Why is this named? Well, gold obviously stands for luxury and equals beauty and kingdomship. Bdellium, we couldn't really say what it was. Was it an aromatic resin or was it a crystal? Nevertheless, it was something that was used for the temple. And the same with the onyx stone. By the way, onyx is not proven. I would more say it's a shoham stone that equals identity because it was used to stitch something inside for the priest at the clothes. So a temple prototype was even. Everything stands for temple and kingdom. The man shall leave his father and mother is written in Genesis 2:24 after they were created. This is just editor's voice explaining, commenting, not really from big use of it. Where it gets really interesting is when you look at the names. Adam means Adam means the man, also the human, the mankind. So that is how his name erased. And Eva, Shava means life, life giver. Eva is named, by the way, I don't want to tell too much about how when Eva was named because this is really deep. I say it now. Guys, watch out. This is important. Eva was named after the fall, not before. It's like a statement. After the fall, when God tells you, now you're gonna die, what does Adam do? He names his wife source of life. It's a never give up blueprint of just continue. Failure is not final. This is the first big hidden message. Eva is the mother of all living in the name, hidden as a message in the moment where they had the fall and they got kicked out of paradise. Name your reality after your destiny and not after your current circumstances. That's the decoding of it. And I repeat it again. Name your reality after your destiny and not after your current circumstances. That is what Adam did. He said, okay, we are fucked. We have to leave Garden Eden. But you know what? Life continues. I name you, my wife, source of all living. And because of this time of the naming, Eve, she was not even pregnant at the time, by the way. Adam could have named her regret, loss, and whatever. No, he named her life. And that's huge, ladies and gentlemen. This is huge. And I leave you with that.